If I were starting a business today, there's one thing that I would want to make sure that I understood, and that is that not everyone is your people. Some people are not, but not everyone is your people. I know when you're first putting your products out into the world, you feel almost like these are your babies, like you have worked so hard to make them just perfect, and you're so proud of how they've turned out, of that you've been able to make these amazing soaps. They're so attached to them. And not everyone is going to receive them the same. I know you're excited, but not everyone out there is your people, and that's okay. It's part of the deal, and you need to be ready to not take that personally. So let's dive into my story of one of our live shows that we've done recently, and a time where I got to have a lot of practice in not taking this personally and realizing that not everyone is my people, and that is okay. So let's dive in. So recently we were doing a show that is literally in our backyard. We do a lot of shows that are pretty local to us, but this one was the town where we're closest to, literally in our backyard. And whenever we do shows that are in this kind of local area, there is one family and one guy in particular who comes to us probably 75% of the time. And I make note of him when he comes because he never likes anything on our table. I don't know why he keeps coming, but he never likes anything on our table. And this last time, he was coming up with his son. And I kind of braced myself. I said, oh, here he is. He's not going to like anything we've got. And not only is it, I don't care for that smell, or, oh, that's not my favorite or something, but it's like he has no filter in his words or on his face. There's no filter. So he will pick up a soap, and it's not just, and set it down. It's, ew! He does this every time. Every time. And it's about that loud too. So everyone around knows that he does not like whatever it was that he picked up. So here he is, he's smelling, and some are better than others, but for the most part, it's pick up the smell and ew, and oh. And his son was with him, and they were doing some smelling kind of together, and they were kind of playing off each other. Like he'd go, ew, here, smell this. And the boy would go, oh, that burns my nostrils, or something. Like none of it is complimentary to what's on the table. And he did explain a little bit later, as they had gone back and forth a bit. He said, it's not that your smells are bad. They're just so strong that I don't care for them. Well, he could phrase that a lot more diplomatically than he was. But this is just him. This is his personality. And actually, I really appreciate the fact that he comes, again, to 75% of the craft shows. He's there with his kids, with his wife sometimes. He's there supporting them. They're doing this thing together. They were having the best time, like irritating each other's nostrils with the soaps that they had in front of them. So he's really, like, I really appreciate what he's doing. I just wish he was maybe a little bit more diplomatic about it. But whatever, that's okay. I do actually enjoy it when they come up to the table. So they were like going through their smelling, and I asked them if they wanted to try the lotion because it was unscented. And he says to to his son, well, maybe you should try that, see if that burns your neck. I'm like, oh, great. Here we go on one of my other products now too. The soaps are all ew, and the lotion burns your neck. And so I kind of looked at him, and he goes, well, he has pretty severe eczema on his neck, and a lot of lotions will burn. And I said, okay. I said, try a little bit. Just test it out before you purchase any. Test it and see what happens. And I knew that there is a chance with a goat milk lotion that it would actually not feel the best. It depends on like how his skin is currently. If there's an open rash or an open wound, the lactic acid in the milk can cause like a burning kind of sensation. It's like 1 in 100. So I knew it was not a huge chance of this, but I also knew that like he just needed to try this out before they purchased anything and took it home, especially these guys. So the kid is he takes a little bit, he puts it on his neck, and they're smelling soaps and they're interacting and stuff. And the dad was busy telling me how my scents were too strong, and not that he was complaining. He said, they're just too strong for me. And all of a sudden the kid pipes up and he goes, "Dad, this doesn't burn my neck." And he goes, "It doesn't?" He said, "Yeah, it doesn't burn my neck." And he goes, "Really? Well, maybe we better get some of this." So for the first time in, I don't know how many times they've come to my craft show booth, they purchased a soap and a lotion for the son to take home and use on his eczema. Now, this is just a story of how things can go, especially at a live show. You're dealing with people. People have opinions on this, on your stuff and on the stuff that they see there. And this is just an example of sometimes you're going to hear stuff that is not necessarily what you want to hear. Sometimes people are going to make comments that are at least unfiltered and maybe at worst even unkind, or you might perceive them that way. What you need to just remember is not everyone is your people. Not everyone is going to purchase from you. Not everyone is delighted by what you've made, but that does not mean that what you've made is not of good quality or that it isn't going to absolutely be the perfect fit for the next person that comes. So just remember that just because one person doesn't like it, the next person is going to love it. And you need to take like all of those comments, and let the negative ones out, cancel out. I'm sorry, the positive ones cancel out the negative ones, because it just means everyone's sense of smell is different. Everyone's going to respond to the strength of smells differently. And that doesn't mean that your product is any less value. It just means it didn't work for that person. Let the next person come along, and chances are you will be a perfect fit for them. Not everyone is going to be your people. Here's what you're going to notice. The more you do in-person sales and the more you interact with people over your product, the first person who comes through will say, "All these smells are too strong." The next person will come through and say, "Gosh, I wish your scents were a little bit stronger. I really love strong smells and I wish you had a little bit more fragrance here." Then, one person will say, "Oh, there's too much, like that's such a bright color. I don't like, there's too much colors." And the next little girl will come through and wish everything was hot pink. The first person, this person will love the glitter. "Look at this soap. It has all this glitter. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful." And the next person will come through and say, "Is this soap gonna make me all glittery when I get done using it?" This one person will want, "Oh, are all these scents natural? Are they all essential oils?" "No, they're not." "Oh, well, why don't you do that?" And the next person will wish you had a grape scented soap. One will think that these flower petals are going to clog my drain. And the next one wishes that you had soap with loofah and orange slices in it. That you're going to find all kinds of people, and they're going to you're going to have every opinion under the sun, every one of them contradicting something else that someone else said. And you just need to remember, these are your soaps and you need to make them so that they please you. You are never going to please everyone else. Best case scenario, you're going to kind of strike the middle and hope to be pleasing 50% of the people most of the time. Like that's actually a pretty decent goal. Make the soaps that intrigue you. Make the decisions in your business that are important to you, and then stand by them. Reevaluate when you feel like that's the right thing to do. But for the most part, you get to make the decisions about what you make. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. You are going to attract the people to you that are your people, and everyone else is going to go buy soap from someone else. And that's okay. That's how the market works. And it's totally okay to stand firm in what you want to make and just let the people who want to purchase that come find you. For us, one of the decisions we've made in our business is that we will offer soaps made with essential oils and we will offer soaps made with fragrance oils. And we're going to play on both sides of that issue. And some people will come up to our table and ask the question, "Are all of these made with essential oils?" And they're just assuming that this is the case. And I said, "No, it's that section over there. These are fragrance oils." "Oh, why would you do that?" And it just shows, they're showing their personal preference. But just because it's their preference does not mean that it has to be my preference. And what I know from having done a lot of shows and dealing with a lot of people, that our people want the fragrance oils most of the time. Now, we make sure they're high quality. We make sure that the fragrance oils are paraben and phthalate free. So we're going to make sure that we're dealing with the best fragrance oils out there, but they are still fragrance oils, and there's no way for that to be anything other than that. So this is a decision we're making based maybe not on my personal preference, but on what we know the vast majority of our customers are looking for. So we're solid in that decision. We're going to continue doing exactly what we're doing, and our people are going to know what to expect from us. And if someone is going to be repelled by the fact that we aren't exclusively essential oils, then they need to go down the way to the other soap maker who does that. They are their customer, and our customers will come find us. So please know that you make the decisions that are right for you and are right for your business, and stick with it. You have that right to make those decisions, and nobody can tell you otherwise. Not everyone will love your stuff. Not everyone will even be kind about it, and that's okay. Let them move on. The next people will love everything that the last people hated. It's just how it works. Everyone's sense of smell is different. Try to have a variety of things available. Try to have a variety of strengths of fragrance available to appeal to as many people as possible. But know that for some people, it just isn't going to work. You just need to sit back and let some people walk away. They were not your people, and that is okay. If you've enjoyed this series on what I would do if I were starting a soap business today, please comment below the video and let us know. We would love to hear your observations about this series or other things you've watched from us. We would love that feedback. Also, let us know what questions you have about either soap making or starting a soap making business. You might just find that one of our next videos is centered around answering your question. So thanks for the help with that, and thanks for watching too.